Paddy?
What's your assessment, if you can?
I think it's what we expected, but unfortunately was not ready for. I think the best thing today was actually the time we spent in the dressing room after the game, where I asked the boys to speak up and say what is it exactly we need when we travel away from home, because we can't expect that every team we play against, they will try to make it a hard fight, they will try to make it a game with a lot of set pieces, a lot of stops in the game, a lot of situations with you know, with no ball in play, but we have to deal with it better. We have to accept that that's just the fact that maybe going away from home first half can be one big fight, and it's maybe first and second half we can start to open up and play our game. So I asked them what, you know, just some thoughts and some reflections, because it's so easy also for them just to say, he should have done better and he should have done better, but I think it's bigger than that for us, and we need to address it now, and we need to make sure that Tuesday night is way better.
You've said there candidly, you've asked for them to give you their thoughts. You clearly have told them what you think.
Yeah, I did in halftime, which was also quite direct, but it's not always needed, and I think what's more important for us is to find out how we can be better, because that's the only thing that matters for me. It's too easy just to sit and say, okay, you should have defended that situation better, you should do that better in that situation. That's the easy thing to do, especially as a coach. But I think there's something in the whole approach for us as a team, especially in first half. Of course, the third goal kills the game, so there's no real game after that. But especially first half, where there's so many moments where we struggle in our build-up. We have to choose other variations in our game, so we don't just invite pressure in. We can be more direct in our approach. We have to deal with too many set pieces, and we know it can cause troubles. And at the moment, we're not dealing with those moments very well. So it's not also in our favor. So there's many moments of that, you know, which is kind of game management and dealing with those individual battles in the game where we simply have to do better.
Well, we spoke on Thursday about, you know, this home versus away scenario. It's going to continue, isn't it? If you produce that performance at that level.
Yeah, it will continue for the rest of the season if we don't address it. So that's also why it's not important to say it was your fault and you should have saved that one or you should have cleared that one. It's not important. It's important to address what is it in our approach that we can do as a team collectively, so we make sure that the first 25 minutes of a game like today, we don't just stand out there and on our own half and keep defending those set piece moments and keep losing balls and passes on our own half, which just create trouble for us. We have more variations and we can be more direct, and probably we have to be that in moments of the game, because we need to accept that there's a difference going away from home.
Is it safe to say, you know, you're angry with your players today? That you can't have seen that performance coming after the last two home games, certainly.
I'll say the easy version of me is always just to be angry. But of course, I spoke to them direct in halftime because we had to do 2 changes and we could have done 5, which also let them know. But that will not be sustainable for me as a coach just to do that every time that we struggle. I think that the most important is actually, okay, what can we do better? What is it we specifically need to address to be a better football team, especially away from home? I also asked the guys to use the trip back home to find out what is it we need to train starting from tomorrow, so we go away on Tuesday and perform better. Because it's end of the day, we can always lose games, and that will not affect everything. But it's the performance, it's the approach, and it's the attitude in the games that we play. And today it was not on a good enough level.
Well, you made your feelings quite clear to your players. It's the performance and you're focusing on that. But is there a little bit of mitigation? There looks to be 2 potentially offside goals that have gone against you, and maybe clear handball as well. Did you express any views to the officials? Yeah, I'll take that as a yes. I mean, clearly.
But you know me, Paddy, and you also know what the headlines will be if I sit up here and I just blame the ref for his performance in 90 minutes. You know, it will just be another manager who lost the game, and now it's because of the ref, and that would be the easy way out for me. So I never go down that road. You know me, Paddy, and I will always say it's up to you guys. You watch the game from outside, you can see clearly the situations that happened, and it's up to you to focus on that. But I think end of the day, the only thing we can do is to create a better working environment for the refs as well, So they have better time to prepare. They have better support in the games. So there's no random situations. There should not be situations in the game where we are in doubts or, this was a difficult call, or this was really on the line, this was a hard one. No, there needs to be support, and before there's full support and the best possible working environment for the refs, I will never blame them.
I mean, to be fair, you have spoken on that specific aspect about VAR. That's what you're used to in Denmark, and you're clearly an advocate of VAR, which would maybe have aided in those decisions.
Yeah, and I spoke to the refs after the game as well. I needed to present them, of course, a couple of situations just to make them aware that this is, this is what we're dealing with. I also think you're asking about 2 goals. There's also a situation in first half where I don't have to say more, and I need just some answers in situations like that from the refs. But I also told them I will never be the coach sitting here blaming them for their performance, because it's not an easy job. So before we support them better than what we do, we should not pay too much attention to it.
Again, not wishing to give you any excuses or ways out, but was part of the sluggishness maybe in the laboured sort of approach that flew in the camp, that illness in the camp, has it been pretty rife?
No, I don't think it's an excuse, because I think it's everywhere, and I think your quality on the newspaper, Paddy, has been decent, even though you've been out with the flu. I think that's how it is, and we have to deal with it. And I expect from a professional football player, just as I expect from a professional football coach, that he can deal with a cold, or he can deal with a little bit of fever, and he can still be able to perform out there. So no excuses.
And as you say, from tomorrow onwards it starts again, and the benefit of this league is you have another opportunity now Tuesday night, Portsmouth.
Yeah, that's the benefit, but it only makes sense for us if we use the 2 days well, and we have to be quite open and direct and honest with each other and say, okay, what is it exactly we need, and also find the players that are ready to bring what it is that we actually need to be better away from home. And it can be that we simply need to play with a little bit different team away from home than what we can do at home. That can be one option, but we need to look at all the options, and we need to again involve the players in this, because they have a big voice, and it's them out there, it's them performing, it's them doing the job out there. So again, I need to support them the best possible way. I need to bring them in and hear their opinion and their voices, because that's important.
Does it, at 1-0 you had that great chance to score. Score then, the game is a bit different. And do you think your keeper could have done better for QPR's 3rd goal? Yeah,
probably. But then again, he also made an incredible save the other week. So again, the approach for me as a coach will never be to go into those individual moments. That's how it is as a football player. As you can miss a chance, you can miss an open chance, you can miss a pass, you can miss your man marking on a defensive set pieces, and you can miss a save as a goalkeeper. That's a part of it. I always look at the reactions afterwards. I look at can the players deal with the emotions, because football is about dealing with emotions. And I think if that was your question, am I satisfied with the way we dealt with emotions out there today? My answer would be no, because I think we gave them the game that they wanted, with a lot of set piece situations, a lot of free kicks, a lot of corner kicks, which we have to be able to avoid with playing a little bit smarter and being a little bit more clever in situations.
Right, thank you, everybody.